Yo, 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 let's go. All right, here we are, folks. Next episode this week, we got Louisville, knocked off another ACC opponent, AC, Wake Forest this time. Tried to get in the way, only 20-10. We expected a little bit more out of those guys, but I guess we'll take the W.
We didn't get much of a challenge.
No, we really didn't because they never really they threatened one time.
Yeah.
We had an interception in the end zone by James Burgess, and that pretty much ended that scare. That was the only trip to the red zone that I think they made all day. So, good defense showed up again. That's really a good thing for us, thank goodness, because the offense still is kind of sputtering.
Yep.
They were 2 of 16 on third downs. They had negative 22 yards rushing. Obviously, the sacks count in that total, so that always helps. They only had 122 yards passing.
Yeah.
We had 3 interceptions. We talked about that last week, that probably was going to be a good week for our DBs and such to get some picks. We did force a fumble that they forced a fumble that they recovered in our end zone. That was their only touchdown of the day.
Yep.
Reggie fumbled the ball, kind of held on to it a little bit too long there.
Mm-hmm.
But, where's the offense? I don't know. I thought Reggie did a good job for his first start, so he's a 50% completion rate. He was 16 for 26, 206 yards, so not a bad effort. Didn't throw a touchdown pass.
Yeah.
We do have a lot of receivers. I'm kind of surprised he didn't throw a touchdown pass.
Yeah, we didn't get the ball to the receivers as much as we should have. You know, offense was slow. It was kind of, it was miserable out there as a fan, first part of the game. It was, I really had a bad feeling in my stomach about our offense.
Mm-hmm.
And the teams that we're playing in, for the Florida State, Clemson, those teams, if we can't move the ball against those guys, we might as well not even show up.
It could be a long day for us.
Yep.
He lost a couple of fumbles, on the exchange. I'm not sure. Both of them were to Dominique Brown. Who knows? We're not blaming anybody, but we did lose a couple of fumbles I don't think we should have lost, and Wake Forest pounced on both of them. They were turnovers about midfield, both of them, when we seemed to be moving the ball okay.
I think Bobby said one of them was on Brown, one of them was on the quarterback. So, I think, I saw the quarterback mishandle a ball, and he still tried to hand it off. Maybe he should have kept it. But, we gotta get those guys securing the ball. We've had that fumbling problem from the quarterback since the season began.
Mm-hmm.
So, we got some butterfingers back there. We got to get it going.
We had a good day rushing, 215 yards rushing. Brandon Radcliffe really, really ran the ball well. He had 129 yards and 2 touchdowns. We had 8 guys catch balls, but like we said earlier, none of them were touchdowns. A little concerning to me. I don't know how you feel about that one.
Well, JP, when we don't get the man, Gerald Christian, the ball as a tight end in our system, we struggle. We got to get him the ball. We did some things that, when we didn't run any bootlegs until the latter part of the game, and
that was when Gerald got most of his yards.
It was open.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand the play calling right now, because you get an active quarterback like Reggie. You move the pocket, you move them around and let them do some things athletically.
Mm-hmm.
But, we're not running those bootlegs till later in the game. I don't understand that.
Yeah, and I think that's the second week in a row Gerald's only had 1 catch. So, a general team update. I did know that Will Gardner threw some in practice this week. I do not expect him to play at all unless there's emergency arises. So Reggie will start again. I heard that Parker's ahead of schedule, and I know that's music to your ears.
Oh yeah,
he'll be reevaluated next week, they said. Lozo just got a stinger when he came out of the game, and that's really just I think he got popped in the arm, and it's kind of a painful thing, but it's kind of temporary. It doesn't last very long. That's why he came out of the game. Of course, I don't think it bothered him too much because he ended up having 3 sacks after the stinger, so that's a good thing. Maybe he should get those more often. So anyway, all right, let's move on. We're going to go on to our Dice Player of the Week, lucky number 7 here, folks. This is one of my favorite segments. My Dice Player of the Week, I'm going to give it to Reggie Bonifant. I thought Reggie did a good job for his first start. 50% completion rate is not bad. Like I said, a couple of turnovers, we need to improve on those. The 1 fumble on the goal line where they got their only touchdown, I really hated to see. But overall, I thought Reggie did a good job, and I was pleased with him. So he gets my Dice Player of the Week on offense.
Well, I'm gonna roll Brandon Radcliffe.
Okay,
you know,
yeah.
You know, Dominique had trouble holding on to the ball. Brandon had no idea he was gonna be playing that much. You know, 17 carries. I think it was 130 yards almost, and the kid can flat out run.
Yeah, I
mean,
like the way he hits the holes.
Yeah.
He hits the holes fast, so
Yeah.
that helps the offensive line. They don't have to hold their blocks as long as he runs, and he just runs for a hole, and he gets to it fast and runs to it fast. So.
Can you believe how secure the running back coaches he feels about his job right now?
Oh, my gosh.
I mean, he's got 4.
Yeah, Michael Dyer hardly played.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
you know, that's pretty good. Defense, I'm going to give it to James Burgess because James intercepted that ball when they had that possession in the red zone there. He intercepted, cut in front of the receiver, and picked that pass off when the game was still pretty tight. So I'm going to give my Defensive Player of the Week, Dice Player of the Week, to James Burgess. I don't know who you're thinking.
Again, every week, my Dice player on defense is the defensive coordinator.
Grantham again.
Yes, Grantham again. I mean, that guy's doing a hell of a job.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what he's installed, that 3-4 defense, I mean, it's heads and tails above anything we've seen around here in a long time.
Yeah, he's doing a good job. He's doing a good job. All right, folks, I'm going to turn this next segment over to AC. This is Wide Receiver Talk. AC, it's all yours, bud.
Gerald Christian not getting the ball is a problem for me. James Quick showed some really good athleticism out there. He's getting open. You know, we got Eli. He worked hard. I think he caught 5 balls. He's working hard out there. Michael Lee Harris, he's still coming along. He dropped some key passes. You know, once we get these guys, I mean, again, they're still looking for a leader out there, and I think offense changes when Spider-Man comes back. That's Devontae Parker for you guys that don't know. But I think things start to pick up and change. Our offense will get more confident, and the receivers will I really do think we have probably the best receivers in the country on our team. You know, but I don't know what Bobby does to hit that button, get them clicking, do something, you know, to get those guys open.
It's going to happen, and it could be this week. We just don't know. One of these weeks, they're going to explode for 40 or 50 points. It's coming, hopefully sooner rather than later. All right, another segment I really like. Number 7 sometimes is lucky, sometimes is unlucky. This week, our crapped out teams of the week. I am going with South Carolina. The old ball coach has Missouri come to town, Williams-Brice Stadium. It's a must-win game for South Carolina, and they blow it at the end. And Missouri, I give Missouri credit. They hung around. Yeah. They came back and ended up beating them, I believe 21-20 or something like that. But now they're 2-2 in SEC play. Their backs are completely against the wall. Yeah. So, South Carolina, you're my crapped-out team of the week.
Well, the old ball coach got to get something going, or he's going to be retiring back down in Florida if he don't get it going. You know, I guess my crapped out team in the week is Pittsburgh. You have really let the ACC down. Akron from the MAC is a strong team, but Pitt, man, you're just not holding up your end of the bargain. You know, maybe a trip back to Conference USA for a year might help you. All right, get it going.
All right. Now we're going to go on to our Paradise Picks of the Week. This is where AC and I picked 2 games against the spread. Just a little update. AC and I were both 1-1 last week. I moved to 8-2 on the season. AC 6-4. This week we got a couple of tough ones, my friend. Alabama versus Ole Miss at Ole Miss. But that Alabama's favored by 5.5. So that hook scares me. That half point. A half point is called a hook. That hook scares me, but you know what? I'm going with Ole Miss. I think they're going to be down there partying in the Grove, and I think Ole Miss is going to get it done. I think Ole Miss is going to upset Alabama this week. They win the game straight up.
Man, you better stuff some toilet paper in your mouth. Roll Tide.
I don't think so. All right, AC likes Alabama. I'm going to take Ole Miss. Next game, Stanford at Notre Dame. Talked about Stanford a couple of times earlier this year on our show. At Notre Dame, Stanford's favored by 2.5. Stanford very well could win this game and cover. But I'm going with Notre Dame. I think the Irish are going to find a way to win this game.
Well, again, we differ. Notre Dame's not played anybody. Stanford's smarter than you.
Well, yeah, they're both academic schools, but we'll go with that one.
Stanford's going to win.
Stanford. All right, AC like Stanford. I'll take Notre Dame in the points. So we'll give you an update on that next week. We got a couple other games, AC, that I picked out here that should be some pretty decent ones. Nebraska and Michigan State. So Nebraska is going to East Lansing to take on Sparty's. I'm going to go with Michigan State. I think their defense is too tough. That one's easy for me.
Well, it's easy for me. I was born in Michigan. Michigan State, Nebraska, they, again, haven't played anybody. They'll get a taste of Sparty this weekend.
I think so, too. Texas A&M and Mississippi State, another game that matches up two ranked teams. Mississippi State beat LSU, went into Baton Rouge, won a night game in Death Valley. I think Mississippi State's going to get that one done, too.
Yeah.
I think they beat Texas A&M this week. That's going to be a surprise, but I like Mississippi State.
Texas A&M, they grow them big in Texas. There's some big guys down there, but they can play some football, and they got a hell of a quarterback. Texas A&M, they dropped Mississippi State big.
Okay, all right. Tonight's game, again, one of my favorite teams, the Ducks. Playing in Eugene, they got Arizona, Rich Rod's coming to town. I think the Ducks smoke them. I don't think it's a game. I know Arizona, I think, beat them last year at Arizona. I like the Ducks. That's too easy for that one. I like the Ducks.
All I'm going to say is go Ducks.
That's right. All right, so let's get into this week's game for us. We got Louisville against Syracuse. It's in the Carrier Dome. They've installed the Ville as a 2.5-point favorite. That's a close one. It's going to be close. I think it's going to be a close game. If we can't get the offense going, we might be in trouble this week. Honestly, we might be in trouble. Our defense, I think, is better than their defense. Their defense is okay. Our defense is better than their defense, but I am just not sure if our offense does not start clicking that we win this game this week. I think it's going to be really close. I think ultimately the defense is going to decide this one. I'm thinking it's going to be a close game. Their stadium is named after heating and cooling units. I think we barely find a way to put the chill in the Carrier Dome. We win 21-17, but it's going to be close.
Now, I'm going to go 24-10. We win, but I guarantee you it won't be that easy. It'll look closer than it is.
Yeah.
But the last time we went to the Carrier Dome,
I
they
know.
handed us our butts.
It was bad.
I mean, they ran all over us. We had a good defense then.
Mm-hmm.
So, but they don't have the same team. We don't have the same team. Go Cards.
Well, before we finish this up, I do want you all to stay tuned. We are going to add a new little segment. We have a special segment. It's called Granny the Greek Pick of the Week. So stay tuned after we get done with this and check that out. Tell me what you think about this. Like us on Facebook, Cardinal Pairadice. I'm JP.
And I'm AC.
This is Cardinal Pairadice, and that's how we roll. Okay, folks, we have a special segment this week. It's called Granny the Greek's Pick of the Week. This is Judy Hatfield. She's my mother-in-law. She's going to be making a pick this week. Granny, we have a lot of good games on the docket this week. A lot of ranked teams, top 10 teams playing each other. Yeah. So I'll give you the choice. You got Texas A&M and Mississippi State.
Like this?
Oh, that's Texas Longhorns. So Granny's going to pick the Texas Longhorns. They have the Baylor Bears this week, Granny.
Oh, God.
Baylor Bears.
I can't believe it. Are you telling me the truth?
I'm telling you the truth. The Baylor Bears, the Texas Longhorns, you know that used to be our old coach,
yes,
Charlie Strong.
Yes.
Yep. I knew you were familiar with that.
I love
So
that guy.
Baylor's a favorite in this game, Granny. And I know you like the Longhorns.
Yeah, I do.
But
it's only one fingers I can get.
That's right. There you go. Granny knows how to hook 'em horns. Granny knows how to hook 'em horns. Show 'em, Granny.
Down pat.
There you go.
Of course,
So-
there's other fingers I can.
Yeah, well, we don't want to do that, though. All right, so Granny's pick of the week is going to be the Texas Longhorns
Oh, yeah.
over the Baylor Bears.
What do you think this is?
Hook 'em horns.